Listen to me. If you want to win at life, if you want to dominate, to succeed, to be the man who walks into a room and commands respect without even speaking, you need to understand something very simple. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your most dangerous enemy. It's either the engine that drives you forward at full speed or the anchor that drags you down into the depths of mediocrity. And let me tell you something most people don't want to admit. If your life sucks, if you're broke, if you're weak, if you're lost, it is your fault. I don't care what excuses you have. Your parents were poor, so what? You didn't have the right education, who cares? The world didn't give you a fair shot, boo-hoo. The truth is, you are where you are because of how you think. And the day you realize that is the day you take back control. The weak-minded blame the world, the strong-minded take responsibility. And the moment you stop being a victim is the moment you start being a winner. You have a choice every single second of every single day to program your mind for strength, success, and domination, or to allow it to rot in negativity and weakness. And let me tell you something. Most people choose weakness because it's easy. It's easy to complain. It's easy to make excuses. It's easy to stay in bed all day feeling sorry for yourself. But do you know what's not easy? Winning. And that's why most people never do. If you want to master your mind, you need to understand one thing. Discipline is everything. People talk about motivation. Motivation is a joke. Motivation is a fleeting feeling that comes and goes like the wind. But discipline is the foundation of kings. When you master discipline, you don't need motivation. You just do what needs to be done no matter how you feel. You wake up, you grind, you push, you conquer, because that's who you are. Let me tell you something. Life is war. Every single day is a battle. And the enemy, it's not your boss, it's not society, it's not your parents or your haters. The enemy is you. That weak version of you that wants to quit, that wants to complain, that wants to stay comfortable and avoid the struggle. And if you let that version of you win, you will never be successful. You will never reach the top because the world belongs to the strong. Look at history. Look at the men who built empires. The warriors, the conquerors, the leaders. Do you think they spent their time scrolling social media, whining about life, waiting for someone to come save them? No. They sharpened their minds like a blade. They trained their bodies like weapons. They dominated because they were disciplined. And that's what you need to do. Train your mind like a warrior trains for battle. Cut out the weakness. Eliminate distractions. Stop feeding your brain garbage. Stop watching mindless nonsense. Stop wasting time on people who do nothing but bring you down. Your mind is a fortress. Guard it with your life. I don't want to hear your excuses. I don't care if you feel tired. I don't care if you're sad. You know what I do when I don't feel like working? I work anyway. You know what I do when life punches me in the face? I get back up and hit harder because I refuse to lose. I refuse to let weakness win. Most of you live like you have infinite time. Let me tell you the truth, you don't. Every second you waste, every moment you spend in self-pity is time you will never get back. And one day you will wake up old, weak, full of regret, realizing that you wasted your entire life waiting for the right moment. Guess what? The right moment is now. Your mind will try to trick you. It will tell you to take it easy. It will tell you that you can start tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. Either you take control of your life right now, or you stay exactly where you are, stuck, weak, broken. You want to be a king? Start thinking like one. Start acting like one. Start living like one. You must become the man who deserves success before success ever finds you. There is no magic pill, no shortcut, no easy way. There is only discipline, hard work, and an unbreakable mindset. Let me ask you something. How much longer are you going to wait? How many more days, weeks, months are you going to waste before you finally wake up and realize that no one is coming to save you? There is no superhero. There is no miracle. There is no lucky break that's going to change your life overnight. The only way you win is if you decide to win. If you make the choice to be relentless, disciplined, and unstoppable. And let me be very clear. This is not about luck. This is not about talent. This is about being the kind of man who refuses to lose. You can take a weak, lazy man, hand him every opportunity in the world, and he will still find a way to fail. Why? Because his mind is weak. Because he doesn't believe in himself, because he doesn't have the discipline to do what is necessary. On the other hand, take a man with the right mindset, someone who has sharpened his mind into a weapon, and put him in the worst conditions possible. Strip him of everything, throw him into the fire, and guess what? He will rise, he will win, he will dominate. Not because of his circumstances, but because he refuses to be broken by them. You think life is hard? Good. It's supposed to be hard. Life is a test, and most of you are failing because you keep looking for an easy way out. There is no easy way. There is no shortcut. Every single thing you want, success, power, money, respect, must be earned. And that process, it's painful. It's brutal. But that's the price of greatness. I get messages all the time from men crying about how unfair life is. Tate, I'm struggling. Tate, I don't know what to do. Tate, how do I fix my life? You know what my answer is? Work harder. Simple. Stop overcomplicating it. If you're broke, make more money. If you're weak, train harder. If you're lost, get focused. Every problem has the same solution: discipline. I want you to understand something very important. Nobody cares about your excuses. Nobody cares how hard your life is. Nobody is going to feel sorry for you. The world only respects results. And if you don't have results, then you are irrelevant. Doesn't matter how smart you are, how talented you are, how much potential you have. If you're not putting in the work, you are nothing. Some of you are stuck in the same place you were 5 years ago. Same job, same paycheck, same problems. Why? Because you refuse to take control. Because every time things get tough, you fold, you make excuses, you procrastinate, and then you wonder why nothing changes. Let me tell you something. Success is not about how you feel, it's about what you do. Winners act regardless of their emotions. It doesn't matter if they're tired, doesn't matter if they're stressed. It doesn't matter if life is throwing obstacles in their way. They show up, they put in the work, they get it done. You have no idea how powerful your mind is. You have no idea what you're truly capable of because you've never pushed yourself to the limit. You've never gone all in. You've never put yourself in a situation where success was the only option. That's why you're stuck. That's why you're still average, because you have never demanded greatness from yourself. But I'm telling you now, it's time to change that. No more waiting, no more hoping, no more wishing. You don't need more motivation. You don't need another podcast, another self-help book, another pep talk. You need to make a decision right now. A decision to stop being weak. A decision to stop making excuses. A decision to master your mind, master your discipline, and take full control of your destiny. Because let me tell you something. Once you master your mind, you become unstoppable. Once you silence the doubt, the fear, the weakness, and replace it with unshakable confidence and discipline, nothing can break you. No setback, no failure, no challenge. You will keep moving forward. You will find solutions. You will outlast every obstacle in your way. The world belongs to the strong, to the disciplined, to the ones who refuse to be broken. The question is, are you one of them? Because if you're not, then you will stay exactly where you are, stuck, weak, forgotten. And one day, when it's too late, you will look back on your life with nothing but regret, knowing that you could have been great, but you were too weak to make it happen. I refuse to live that way. And if you have even a shred of self-respect, you will refuse it too. Now get up. You're still here? Good. That means you're starting to understand. That means deep down, you know the truth. You know that everything I'm saying is real. You know that you've been lying to yourself, wasting time, playing small, making excuses, waiting for something to change instead of being the thing that changes. Let me tell you something. Most people will never get this. They will never break free. They will wake up every day, live the same weak, unfulfilled, pathetic life, and then die without ever realizing they had the power to change it. And you know why? Because they are slaves to their own mind. The average man is a prisoner of his own laziness, a prisoner of his fear, a prisoner of his excuses. He lets his emotions dictate his actions. He lets distractions control his focus. He lets society tell him what he's allowed to do, what he's allowed to think, what he's allowed to believe. And then he wonders why he's miserable. I have one question for you. Are you that man? Are you a slave to your own weakness, or are you the kind of man who refuses to be controlled, who refuses to be ordinary? Because let me tell you something. If you don't take full control over your mind, someone else will. And if you think I'm lying, look around you. The world is full of men who have been brainwashed into thinking that mediocrity is acceptable, that being soft is normal, that failure is just a part of life. No, failure is a choice. And if you keep choosing it, you will keep losing. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Success is not about how you feel. It's about what you do. Your emotions are irrelevant. Winners don't care if they're tired. They don't care if they don't feel like working. They don't care if things are hard. They do it anyway. That is why they win. Weak men let their feelings control them. I don't feel like working out today. I don't feel like learning a new skill. I don't feel like grinding. Good. That's why you're a loser. That's why you're broke. That's why your life is a joke. Because instead of acting like a man, you act like a child who needs everything to be easy, who needs life to be comfortable. But guess what? Life is not comfortable. Life is war. And if you don't learn how to fight, if you don't learn how to push through pain, if you don't learn how to control your own mind, you will be crushed. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how smart you are. If you don't have mental toughness, you will never last. Look at the most successful men in history. Were they soft? Were they lazy? Were they sitting around waiting for motivation? No. They were relentless. They were disciplined. They did what needed to be done no matter what. And that is what you need to become. You need to become a machine, a force of nature, a man so locked in, so unshakable, so mentally unbreakable that nothing can stop you. Not pain, not failure, not setbacks, nothing. You need to train your mind the way a warrior trains for battle. That means no more distractions, no more nonsense, no more excuses. That means cutting out weak, negative people. That means stopping the addiction to comfort. That means waking up every single day with a purpose, with a mission, and attacking it with everything you have. Because let me tell you something, life doesn't reward the weak. It doesn't reward the lazy. It doesn't reward the men who hesitate, who complain, who sit around waiting for something to happen. Life rewards the strong. Life rewards the disciplined. Life rewards the men who show up and do the work. Your mind is the battlefield. That's where success is won or lost. Not in your job, not in the gym, not in the world, right here inside your own head. Before you take a single step, before you lift a single weight, before you even open your mouth, your thoughts determine everything. You think like a loser, you act like a loser. You think like a king, you act like a king. It's that simple. And yet most of you sabotage yourselves before you even start. You wake up and the first thing you do is grab your phone, scroll, 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 filling your head with garbage, negativity, distractions, useless opinions from people who have never done anything with their lives. And you wonder why you have no drive. You wonder why you have no focus. You wonder why you're stuck in the same cycle of failure, because you have allowed your mind to become weak. Your mind is supposed to be a weapon, a finely tuned machine, a fortress that nothing can break, but you've let it turn into a playground for weakness, laziness, and distractions. And if you don't take control, if you don't sharpen your mind and harden your soul, you will never break free from the mediocrity that traps you. You know what I do the moment I wake up? I dominate my thoughts. I control my focus. Before the world has a chance to put nonsense in my head, I program myself for war. Because that's what life is, a constant battle against weakness, against distractions, against the pathetic version of yourself that wants to quit. The problem with most of you is that you let that weak version win every single day. You let your mind tell you, stay in bed a little longer, skip the gym today, take a break, and you listen, you obey. You let your mind dictate your actions instead of commanding it like a master. That is why you fail. Your mind is not your friend, it is a tool that must be trained, disciplined, and controlled. Because if you don't control it, it will control you. And that version of you, the one that's soft, weak, and addicted to comfort, will destroy your future before you even have a chance to build it. Look at the most powerful men in history. Do you think they sat around waiting for the right mood to take action? Do you think they let distractions pull them away from their mission? No. They were focused. They were disciplined. They trained their minds to be unbreakable, and that is why they won. You need to do the same. You need to build mental resilience like a soldier going into battle. Every time a weak thought enters your head, you crush it. Every time you feel like quitting, you push harder. Every time life tests you, you stand up and prove that you are a man who cannot be broken. Because once you control your mind, nothing can stop you. Nothing. Not pain, not fear, not failure. You will become a machine, a force of nature, a man who does not hesitate, does not complain, does not stop until he has conquered everything you set out to achieve. That is what it means to master your mind. That is what separates the winners from the losers. So the question is, are you going to stay weak or are you going to take control? Because if you don't, life will. And trust me, you won't like how that feels. Your mind is the single most powerful asset you own. It is your strongest weapon, your greatest ally, or your worst enemy. And yet most of you treat it like garbage. You let negativity seep into it. You let weak thoughts dictate your actions. You let distractions steal your focus, and then you wonder why you're losing. Let me tell you something. Your life right now is the direct result of the way you think. If your mind is weak, your life will be weak. If your mind is scattered, your life will be chaotic. If your mind is disciplined, your life will be powerful. Everything starts in your head. Every victory, every failure, every breakthrough, every setback, it all begins with the way you think. The problem with most of you is that you have no control over your own mind. You wake up and instantly fall into the same pattern of distraction, doubt, and weakness. The first thing you do, check your phone. Drown yourself in social media. Flood your brain with nonsense that does nothing to help you grow. And you do this every single day. You let the world shape your thoughts instead of shaping them yourself. And that is why you feel lost. That is why you feel powerless, because you have surrendered control. The men who win, who really win, do not allow their minds to be hijacked. They program themselves for success. From the moment they wake up, their thoughts are locked in. They are focused. They are ruthless in guarding their mental space. No useless content, no distractions, no self-doubt, just a clear, unshakable vision of what they want and the discipline to go out and take it. I get messages all the time. Tate, how do I fix my mindset? Tate, how do I get discipline? Tate, how do I stop being weak? And my answer is always the same. Stop allowing weakness into your mind. Stop feeding your brain with garbage. Stop indulging in negative thoughts. Stop surrounding yourself with people who bring you down. Stop wasting your mental energy on things that don't make you stronger. Your thoughts must be trained. Every time a weak thought enters your mind, crush it. Every time self-doubt tries to creep in, eliminate it. Every time you catch yourself making excuses, shut it down immediately. Your mind is like a muscle. If you don't train it, it becomes weak and useless. But if you push it, if you discipline it, if you sharpen it, it becomes a force that no failure, no setback, no amount of negativity can break. And let me be clear, this is not something you do once and forget about. This is war. Every single day, your mind will try to pull you back into old habits, old fears, old weaknesses. You have to fight every moment, every second, until controlling your thoughts becomes second nature, until discipline is automatic, until you become the kind of man who does not hesitate, does not complain, does not stop until he gets what he wants. The difference between men who win and men who lose is simple. The winners do not let their emotions dictate their actions. The losers do. The winners do not let distractions pull them away from their mission. The losers do. The winners do not wait for motivation, for inspiration, for the right time. They act. The losers sit around hoping, wishing, dreaming, but never doing. So which one are you? Are you going to keep living like a slave to your own mind, controlled by doubt, by fear, by weakness? Or are you going to take control? Because the moment you do, the moment you stop making excuses, stop allowing distractions, stop letting negativity win, that is the moment your life changes forever. Your mind is the key to everything. Master it or be mastered by it. Choose.
At the end of the day, it all comes down to one decision. Who do you choose to be? You can keep walking the path of comfort, excuses, and mediocrity, or you can rise. You can declare war on weakness. You can master your mind, train your discipline, and become the kind of man this world respects. Not for his words, but for his actions. Greatness isn't handed to anyone. It's earned through pain, through effort, through relentless commitment to becoming better than you were yesterday. No more blaming, no more waiting, no more hoping. This is your moment. This is your call to arms. The battle is within, and the victory starts now. So ask yourself one final question. Will you be remembered as the man who conquered, or the one who quit? Choose.